So, as probably a lot of you know, our mother absolutely was obsessed with Scotland. She unfortunately was never able to get to Scotland. Her ashes will go to Scotland. But we have asked for the bagpipers to play Amazing Grace for her because it was one of her favorites and she absolutely loved the bagpipers. So we're gonna have them play for us now, and then after, us girls are gonna try to not cry through our speeches, and then we'll kind of go from there, okay? So when you guys are ready, we're ready for you.
It's an honor playing for Anita and Paul this afternoon. Please join us in song.
You're gonna leave me up here by myself. You guys suck.
Yep.
I got my water. Where are those?
So we're gonna try our best, because this is obviously very emotional. So I am Kateland, I am the oldest daughter. This is Megan, she is the youngest. And this is Lindsay, she is the middle.
If you didn't know.
Yeah, because I mean, some of you we haven't seen since we were like literally babies, so yes. And
Which is opposite to the height.
yeah. Gosh. So, firstly, we would like to thank each and every one of you for attending our parents' celebration of life. The outpouring of love and support we have felt from the community has been incredible. We would like to recognize some fantastic people for making today happen. Tim and his team from Nick's Family Restaurant, it was Daddy's go-to place for breakfast, Thank you for all of the incredible food you've provided for us. Allison McKinnon from Blue Willow Tea Shop for the coffee and tea. Jeanette McNaughton from Bumble Pastry Co. for the delicious desserts, and a whole bunch of other desserts too. Jenny Cowell for the spanakopita. I hope to God I said that right. The Lady Shriners for more desserts. Mom adored being part of your group. My mom's card girls for helping set up and keep the food flowing. Windermere Garden Center and the Smith family for the beautiful flowers everywhere. Mom would have been in heaven right now at the sight of them. Scott Dunlop from Muskoka Music Source for the sound equipment. Linda Kewen for the care and dedication of the memory boards for our parents. If you have not seen all of the lovely, beautiful displays, please go over at some point. Wendy and Al from Flying Star Antiques for the use of some of their pieces. Mom would have absolutely loved them. Basically, 3/4 of their house was furnished with their antiques, so it's very fitting. Tim Rainey and John McIntyre from the Bracebridge Legion, who just played for us with the bagpipes, so we thank them very much for that. Alvin Quinton for covering the cost of renting the fairgrounds so that we could have this here. Ann Cooper for covering the cremation expenses for Mom and Dad. Stephen and Nicole from Cottage Country Cremation for all the help that they have provided. And a massive shout out to all the family and friends who have helped to make today happen, from making sandwiches to running food to bringing Daddy's service truck. The biggest thank you of all needs to go to Lindsay for orchestrating today to make sure it all came together. Mom and Dad would have been so proud of you. Please join me in giving everyone a massive applause. Did you think I was done talking? I am known as the chatterbox, especially when us girls would get together for our hen conventions. Mama and Daddy, two of the people I love the most, who are always on my side, even when a little tough love was needed. Two people who have guided me, taught me, and helped shape me into the woman I am today. I have never met two people who have worked harder, loved harder, or been there for their family and friends more. One of my most cherished memories is Mom reading to us every night. We would all pile into her bed in our designated spots. I can still hear her voice when I close my eyes, and how she would change her voice for the various parts. Mom and Dad had to upgrade to a king-size bed just to accommodate us all as we grew. You gave me my love for reading, and I'll be forever grateful. As we got older, Mom hated that we would spend our hard-earned money on her. After 20 years of giving us everything, the tables had finally turned. Christmas was the time to go all out. It was like Christmas threw up all over the house, according to Lindsay. Yeah. 16-foot Christmas trees, figurines all over the place, garland on the banister, and Mom's pride and joy, her Christmas village. There were likely over 150 houses, and she would get more every single year. That didn't even include the small village. It would literally take days to decorate the house. The more presents under the tree for Mom, the more frustrated she got. We even took it so far as to wrap boxes inside of boxes just to throw her off even more. The biggest box under the tree was always hers, with 5 smaller boxes inside, like the Ed Sheeran tickets to the concert a few years ago. She literally danced all night in the Sky Dome, singing her heart out to every single song. Go Blue Jays for all of our lovely sports fans, which I'm not one of. I need a hot second. Daddy worked his ass off literally every day of his life. The only days he wasn't working or doing something is when he was on death's door with a cold. Even then, he would still go to work half the time. He helped me bait my fishing hook as a child because I didn't want to touch the worm. Then as I got older, he battled the pike to get it off the lure because I didn't want to get poked. He was always there, the constant presence whenever I needed him. I would help him in the shop changing tires on my car. Let's be honest, Daddy did the heavy lifting, and I got to fill the tires with air. I would get phone calls around Christmas time. I want to get this for your mother. Could he name what it was that he was wanting? Absolutely not. Could he describe it? For sure. Then the presents would magically appear under the tree for Mom, for her to get even more frustrated. We were a family of nicknames: Megan, Smeeg, Lindsay, Pinsy, Kateland, Garbage Bear, and Mom had the brunt of them all. Hobbit and vertically challenged due to her short stature. Gertrude, I have no idea how this started. And my favorite of all was when Daddy called Mom Gert or Need. And Mom would shrilly yell, "Bill!" when summoning Dad to her office for paperwork time. There is a massive void now in our lives that can never be filled. I feel you when the gentle wind caresses my face, the sound of water running over rock into the pond, the smell of grease in Daddy's shop, or the feel of the soil in Mama's gardens. Oh, so many things remind me of you and how much light and love you brought to this world. We love you. You will always be with us. So Miss Maggie's gonna go next, because she requested to be in the center.
So I don't want you guys to remember mine. Oh, great. It's always the last person I remember. Okay.
Please try a lot, so it's not as bad when I do.
I'm going to start with I'm going to cry. I want to thank you all for helping celebrate the wonderful life of my parents. As I look around, I see that they have had a huge impact on the community and lots of people. Dear Mom and Dad, there isn't a day that I don't think about you. Sorry, it's okay. Whether it's a corny dad joke, example, I would say so, and Dad would respond with, "No, but I knit a little." He definitely didn't knit. Or I think about you, Mom, when out in the garden, when I see a butterfly or a bee, I see you in everything, especially in me. Speaking of Mom, she loved to dance. We went to the Crazy Horse Bar, more like a restaurant. Mom made some friends. She could make friends literally anywhere. There was a live performer that night, and Mom moved all the tables to make a dance floor. We took over the whole bar and danced all night long. Those who knew her knew she was a fun person to be around. Gardening was one of Mom's greatest joys, and we really bonded in the garden, always making plans for new flowers, how to increase our veggies, or making a whole new garden in general. We often visit the plant rescue store. And Mom got it down to a science how to sneak them into the house or yard without Dad knowing. She taught me how to do that. I was pretty good at hiding plants in the house without Dad seeing. Mom and I could talk for hours. We would sit and talk every night in the kitchen. Dad would be down in the living room watching TV. AKA, he was sleeping in his lazy boy. You could hear him snoring. Every once in a while, he would come up and make fun of us for our continuous talking. He would go, beep, 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 beep. Mom was my best friend. She would always say my friend. And when talking to me, I would stop her in a sarcastic tone. I would say, "You're not my friend, you're my mother." And she would always respond with, "But you are my friend." "I know, Mom, you're my friend too." And I lost my mother and my best friend that day. Those who knew my dad knew he was quiet, but was willing to help anyone. We would go on fishing trips every year, just us up to the camp. I loved fishing with Dad. We would fish in silence together, or he would tell me stories of his past trips up to the camp. This one time at the camp while fishing, I asked Dad if he had ever seen a wildlife right near the water. He said once he saw a moose on the island. Not even 5 minutes later, Dad said calmly, "What about that bear taking a drink over there?" And I turn around and there's a bear right beside the boat, getting into the water. I will always remember that moment, and so will the bear. He was not impressed because he didn't want us to be there. Dad made the best fish.
Yes.
Yeah. When we would go to the camp, I would get him to cook all the fish every time. One year, Dad, Mom, and I went up to the camp together. After the first morning of fishing, I told Mom she wasn't allowed to cook the fish because Dad made it better. If you know Mom, you don't say things like that to her. Dad was the only one allowed to cook fish after that, even at home. The funny thing is that Dad sucked at cooking. He made crunchy craft dinner. But damn, could that man cook some amazing fish. More. Dad's most favorite thing was Mom's blueberry cheesecake. For his surprise 60th birthday, Mom told a white lie that they were going to an Easter potluck and she was going to bring cheesecake. Dad dramatically slams his hand on the table and says, "No! We are not bringing the cheesecake." The cheesecake had been brought. We never ate it at his birthday, but instead he had it the next day. Please make sure you try some of the blueberry cheesecake because I took a while to perfect that recipe from memory. And yeah, it's pretty good now. I'm going to miss going out for breakfast on Sunday mornings with you, Dad. I miss you telling me how proud you are of me and how much you guys love me. I miss Mom's laughter and Dad's corny jokes. Just know that you are both amazing parents and even better best friends. Mom, just so you know, you were always the cool mom.
She was always very worried about that.
I love you both and I miss you very much. P.S. Mika misses you too. She's our dog. All right, now you gotta remember hers.
No. I feel like even though you guys are really far away, you're still potentially in the splash zone. I want to pre-apologize. This speech is going to be an emotional journey for all of us. As hard as the reason for this gathering is, I'm going to focus on the good, all the laughter, all the lessons, all the love. Focus on what I'm thankful for. Thankful for the loving home I was raised in, where I never saw so much as a disagreement between them. They would hide in the laundry room. Thankful for all the camping trips, our travels to the hunt camp, and simple Sunday breakfasts, even if they were too damn early. And Audrey misses them too, a lot. Thankful for how they made our childhood home the hub of so many good memories. Fun, gray household fact. Dad was a master at spotting moose or deer. You could never be too careful at our house during dinner time. There was always a moose or deer looming nearby that only Dad would spot. Coincidentally, it was typically when the last bun was on my plate. And then it wasn't. Dad could never say things outright. There was always a funny roundabout way. Some examples of decoding Dad: does a bear shit in the woods? Means whatever I was talking about was the obvious answer. Is a duck's ass watertight? Again, it means the obvious answer. Colder than a witch's tit? It's cold outside. And keep your stick on the ice means be good. Mom was always working in the yard or garden, occasionally roping my dad in when she needed an oversized rock or something machine related. I can say with confidence she has tainted what it means to have a landscaped yard. Landscaping, to most people, is a couple plants and a hosta or two. My mother's gardens literally surrounded the house, which was no small feat. It expanded all the way to the bush line. She was an expert. She could look at a rock and know exactly where it needed to go, regardless of the size, and I do not appreciate that I've inherited that because sometimes they're way too big for me, but they still have to go. Usually in the most hard to get places. As heartbroken as I am that they're both gone, I do have some peace knowing they're together. Because, let's be honest, if Dad were still here, he would have holes in all his clothes with no one to keep him in check or fix them. And if Mom were still here, she'd be featured on a show called Houseplant Hoarders. The life they built together, the balance they brought each other, is something we can all strive for. Even though they're gone, they're still here in the quick wit of my daughter, in the dragonflies that hover nearby, in the thrill of landing a big fish, and in the simple act of stopping to appreciate the flowers, which they're beautiful here today. I hope that they know we served full-size sandwiches, Papa's pizzas, and Mom's brownies, not the typical frou-frou crap. And I hope they can feel the love and appreciation for who they were from everyone gathered here today. Thank all of you for being here to celebrate such special people. We will miss them all terribly. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.